Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Y'all forgive me talking while I'm walking, but got to get it in while I can. Now listen, I want to talk to you here about I can't remember what side, do and don't. Oh, you know what I did wrong. I had an extra light. I don't need that light behind my head. Y'all forgive me. I had to fit this here in, but I did an interview with Anthony O'Neill, and it's something I want. And he asked me a question like, "What can single men be working on and thinking about?" And I wanted to touch on that because it's very, very important for single men. Now, for those of y'all who you don't know me, I've been married 15 years. I took my ring off because I got two Cartier rings that's thick gold that I don't like to be sweating with them on. So, for the people know, just know I'm married. But here's something that I realized that I've learned in marriage, and I put it on TonyGaskinsAcademy.com in a little course called 15 Lessons from 15 Years of Marriage. One thing that I'm learning in marriage is that as men, what we think matters don't matter as much as we think it does. Meaning, as men, we think money is everything. We think providing is everything. But to a woman needs so much more than money. And what a woman needs more than money, yes, every woman wants money now, but what a woman wants in addition to that money, that financial security, is emotional security. And so, as men, we are so dominant, and we are so controlling, and we are so opinionated that we come into a situation and we believe what we believe is right. I remember being with my mentee, and we was having a conversation. He thought he was right in his explanation. I thought I was right in my explanation. So us talking, we had to talk 4 hours. We talked 4 hours. Y'all forgive me. Y'all don't see that light in here, but y'all just got to forgive me on that. We had to talk 4 hours, right? And I try to block the light out so it ain't just shining right in our face. So y'all got to forgive me though. We had to talk 4 hours. And this just ain't gonna work tonight. Cause I don't like that, the light right there on my head. That look weird. And so you can't even see me because the light just right in my face. So maybe if I turn it like that. Hey, this is natural now. I could start the video over, but no, we just got to go through with it. I was trying to get the light where it ain't shining right in your face. But you can't really see me that much, but it is what it is. Listen, me and my mentee, we went back and forth for 4 hours. Then we got in the car and talked another hour or two, going back and forth, explaining our point. Listen, that let me know he's a alpha male, and we don't like that term. I am too. Neither one of us wanted to concede. And he later came back and said, man, that's my bad because I'm the mentee and I should be soaking up whatever game I can. But this other situation with this gentleman here had me feeling a certain way, and I was operating from this place and that place. And I said, man, it's my bad because I should have, being 10 years your senior, understood and sidestepped the power struggle. But it made me think about something with us men as we go into relationships. And it helped me realize, and I started to think, we take this energy into a relationship and we ruin our relationships, because my wife, she had a hard time with me, because if I feel she too loud at the game, if I feel she being fake, if I feel she dancing too hard at the birthday party, I'll say that and I'll talk to her about that. So what it was is, she started to be like, listen, you controlling me. You changing my personality. I saw it as, I'm trying to help you not look like a fool. But she saw it as, this is me. And she said, you are a wallflower. You don't stand up at the party. You want to sit at the table. I don't come make you dance. You could look like a party pooper. You could look like this and that. But I let you look how you look. And that thing hit me. I say, man. So, as men, we want so much love and attention, but then we want to divvy it out and dish it out the way we want to, when we want to. And in marriage, you can't do that. You can't isolate your woman to you, meaning take her from her friends, take her from her family. Now the Bible says a man will forsake his mother and father and cleave to his wife. But we take that today, we'll do it in the wrong way, but then we want to get out the house and go have a guys' night. Go to the game or go watch something with the guys, but then have our woman to where she can't really talk to her mama too much. And I lived through all of this. I went through all this, still going through it, still learning, still trying to press forward and say, okay, how do I grow? How do I become better? I'm starting to wonder if it's just a set calorie counter, because the calories on here and the calories on this watch is the same, but this ain't touching my body. So how it know I done burnt this amount of calories? They just do it based off time and the speed and stuff, I guess. So listen to me. As men, we have to understand that our strength is in our gentleness. And I'm learning it right now. 15 years into marriage. I want you to get it before you get married. I want you to get to the place to where you don't have to be having an epiphany 15 years into marriage. That your strength is your gentleness. Because I hit everything with a hammer. I'm a hammer with everything, but sometimes you can't beat on hammer. Sometimes you might gotta come with a different approach. And as men, we so one-track minded a lot of times. We know it all. And you know the stereotype of the man, he lost, and his wife trying to tell him the right way to go. And he like, shut up, I got it. And that's what we embody, know-it-alls. And that is detrimental in a marriage. So when my marriage go through and it's tough and it's struggling, it's from me being overbearing. It's from me not trusting. It's from me not purely loving. It's from me trying to control every situation, trying to have my hand on everything, instead of relinquishing that control and just letting the natural occur. Letting my wife just blossom and be who she naturally is. And accepting that I married her and this is who I chose. So if I feel like she's making a fool of herself and me telling her is stifling her personality, and the people around her, including her family, feel like her personality is stifled because I'm trying to make her more like me, I've done her a disservice. And I've done that. So I had to learn from that. And that's why I'm teaching this. And that's why I share this with men. I'm not just talking to you to talk to you. I'm not talking down to you. I done made every mistake. And what I want to see is men come into a marriage ready. And I'm going to spell something out that I'm still working on. I'm not there yet. I ain't there yet. Because as men, especially black men, we don't trust anybody or anything. So if I'm home working at the office and my wife is out and about, I'm thinking like, okay, who she with? What man she meeting up with? You know, what she doing? My mind will go through that. The devil will be on my shoulder because as men, so often we don't trust. And a lot of times we don't, and it's not because of guilty conscience, because I'm not cheating. I'm not cheating. God watching me. I got this here message to deliver. I ain't got time to cheat. I can't cheat. If I cheat, I'm going to get exposed quickly. Or somebody going to be trying to extort me. I can't cheat. Even if I wanted to, I don't want to. So it's not a guilty conscience. It could be me thinking about my past. It could be me thinking about how I have talked to my wife or how I may have treated my wife and feeling like that's going to give her a reason or room to want to do something. And so that's what we have to get to as men, to where we so comfortable and confident in the treatment that we give our wife that we know she will be absolutely insane to do anything against us. But see, where we fail is we come in and we're selfish. We're selfish with her and we want our way and we want to be served. And we want to be catered to, and we want to be taken care of, but then we want to give her rations and give her what we want to give her. And then we put too much stock on what we are doing. We put too much stock on going to work and making a living. We put too much on that, and then we minimize. I'm speaking for myself now, but I know I ain't the only one that has gone through this or that has done this. If you've been in a relationship, then we minimize her efforts. So the Lord dealing with me, what Lord showing me is the error in my ways over my marriage. And this is what I want you to understand. I'm speaking of these errors, but I'm still married. We still growing, we still learning, we still working. It's 15 years. And this is what a lot of people don't understand is like love is a job. It is not easy. Because love takes selflessness, not selfishness, selflessness. Love is a job that you cannot retire from. You have to get up and you have to show up for love every day. You got to show up and you got to be growing and learning and stretching and pressing. And that's what love is. And listen, I failed at it. And that's how I learned. And this is what you have to do before. If you can have the ounce of prevention weighs more than the pound of cure. So what I'm asking men is to join with me in this and be willing to love a woman purely, wholly, fully, genuinely, and gently. Give her the world. When I say give her the world now, I'm not talking about material things, but I mean give her peace. Give her emotional security. And be open. Be vulnerable. What I mean by this is be open to be hurt. See, we are afraid that if we get hurt, we're going to kill her or we're going to kill him. Women listening to this, you may say, did he just use that word? Yes, I did. You have to understand that men sign up in a military and go to another country and take the lives of people who have never done anything to them. But because their country said this is who our enemy is, men sign up to go do that. So if a man is personally harmed, he's personally hurt, he is very, very capable of taking a life or lives. We're seeing it here in the media, in the news every single week. Men taking the life of their girlfriend or their wife when they caught her cheating. But I guarantee you that that woman was in a state that not every one of them women was just doggish, trashy women. That some of them women was pushed to that place. They felt like they couldn't leave because of the money and the kids and all of that. And they let somebody else come in to fill a void that a man was not filling because he was being verbally abusive, physically, emotionally, or whatever. And then when he caught her doing to him what he had been doing to her, he could not handle it. And I know that that is majority of the cases. Now, there's probably some cases where a guy is perfect. He doing everything right. He doing the right thing. And then the woman go and she cheat on him just because she lusting or she greedy. She's selfish. And she lose her life. The Bible says the wages of sin is death. So that's why I don't play with that. That's why, and I tell my wife all the time, I say, listen, if you ever want to do something, you need to let me know so we could go our separate ways. Because that's dangerous. You playing with lives. You playing with lives, because me, I know I'm liable to take a man's life. I know I'm liable. I love her. I'm not going to do nothing to her. And even if it's all on her, if he knows she married, I know he'll know, oh, his life on the line. His life on the line. I'll kill a man quick. What's up, buddy? Good night. Sleep tight. I'll kill a man quick about my wife. And so I let my wife know, listen, if you got something, you feeling something in your chest, let me know. Because I'll take them out. And because you can't, I got a quote that say, do not play with a heart unless you're a heart surgeon. If you ain't no heart surgeon, then you need to do right by people's heart. Because anything is possible. With the matters of the heart, we lose our mind. With the matters of the heart, we lose our mind. That's why the Bible tells you, don't trust your heart, because it'll deceive you. And so this is what we have to understand. As a man, as a single man, you gotta choose a woman for the right reasons. See, we choose women for the wrong reasons, especially today. Men is choosing women for the beauty and the booty and the money, the opportunity. Men choosing women for that. You gotta choose a woman who has integrity. She has character. Watch how she treat people. Watch how she talk to people. Watch how she talk to the waiter at the restaurant. Watch how she talk to customer service when she call her bank or she call for something. Watch how she talk to people. Watch how she treat people. Watch how she handle her business. If she offer to help you cheat on your taxes, cheat on something else, then you know that she liable to cheat on you. You need to choose a woman who has integrity. She might not have a flat stomach the way you want it, as flat as you want it to be, but it's a thing called a gym. She could get that flat stomach. She might not have the booty you want, but it's some things called squats. She could get that booty. But see, she could have a booty, she could have beauty, she could have a flat stomach, she could have some veneers, she could be making 6-7 figures, but if she does not have integrity, if you give that woman the world, she'll probably take your world, take your sun, take your moon, and then want the whole galaxy. Because she does not have integrity. So we have to, I'm telling you, as men, you got to choose a woman based on her character. Now, ain't nobody gonna be perfect. And so when I'm going into this season of my life, the next part of my marriage, Lord willing, that God let us stay married, that we keep pressing. Because you only can control you. You can't control somebody else. So I can't control my wife. I'm not going to be arrogant anymore to say that marriage is for sure and that it's till the end and I know it for sure, because all I can control is me. But what I'm getting ready to do is go into a season of my life to where I'm going to be open and I'm going to be vulnerable. I'm not going to try to control the situation. I'm going to relinquish the control. And I don't want you to think my wife in ball and chain. But what I mean is, I might be asking too many questions because I got too much doubt. I might be being too intuitive against the wrong person. So I'm finna go into the space to where I'm just gonna love like I ask you to love. That's why I say join with me. I didn't say I'm perfect and you need to be perfect. I say join with me. Because if we come together as men, we can change the world. Because yes, some of us gonna get hurt. Some of us gonna be the sacrificial lamb. And what I'm telling you is when I go into this season, if my wife do me wrong, I'm getting a divorce. And that's what I want men to understand. We ain't got to kill. So don't be afraid. Because if you treat her like a queen and you love her with everything in you, and then she do you wrong after you have changed your life, changed your mindset, changed your ways, if she do you wrong then, she don't deserve to have you. So then go on about your business. Yes, you're going to be hurt. But guess what? Love again. Now pick better, pick wiser. Take a little more time and do right.
9:46 p.m.
See, that's what I don't like about these things. I said take a little time and this thing gonna tell me the time. I ain't asked you what. You see what I'm saying? This here world, this here technology, it's one of them things over there that talk to you. So listen to me. This is what we have to do. We got to get to that place to where we challenging us. And I'm telling you, the reason why I'm speaking this is so that I can bring it to life. I'm speaking this so that I could be that. I'm speaking this so I could be that person. So I could keep growing, keep pushing myself, keep challenging myself. Because guess what? We never perfect. We always got work to do. And I will stretch it and exaggerate my struggles for the sake of the message, and I could be doing better than I say I'm doing, but I am hard on myself. I'm hard on myself. Like when I talk to people who know me, then I say, man, in my marriage, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, like to better myself. They'll be like, Tony, man, you a good man, man. What you talking about, man? You amazing. Like, man, the way you treat your wife, man, the way you know, how you take care of her and your family, and the way you there for them, and the way you work from home so you could be there for your kids, and you could help out, and you could be this and that. Like, man, what you talking about? Man, she got the dream. But I said, no. What one person called a dream, I see it as a nightmare. And I set the bar so high that, yeah, my wife will be spoiled. Yeah, my wife, she won't understand that my flaws is normal and regular, and any man that she will be with will have those flaws, and a lot of them will have those flaws and more. She don't understand that because I've been with her since she was 19. So I was her first real relationship. She had a boyfriend for a year, but they were so young, 18, they didn't know what they was doing. So she was 19. When I met her, I was 21. So she done been with me that whole time. So of course, we're gonna go through everything under the sun. Of course, we got to grow up together. We got to learn together. We got to go through every emotion. We got to go through it all to learn. But see, she not being a man and not having been in a lot of relationships, I could be doing just what men do. And I'm not talking about cheating. I'm just talking about personality, attitude, mindset, energy. And she could be like, oh, this ain't right. This don't feel like this. So guess what? Me personally, I say, listen, that may be normal for a lot of us, but I want to be better. I want to be better. Here's what men confuse. Men think that being a good man means being a pushover. No, that's not the case. We're going to set a budget, and we're going to stick to that budget. I'm going to be realistic on birthdays, and I'm going to tell you, you see what people buy. I'm going to explain something to you so you can understand. I'm not rich. I'm not rich. But I'm gonna help you explain something how I treat my wife, that it was extravagant. And I'm gonna tell you how it set me up for failure. I bought my wife a G-Wagon for $170,000. I got my wife an Escalade for $90,000. And I got a convertible C300 Mercedes-Benz for $71,000. I ain't saying these numbers to brag to you. I'm just sharing you. I bought her a Birkin. She got countless Chanel purses, countless Louis purses. She got over 100 pair of shoes that cost $1,000 or more. So I shower my wife. I adorn her like a queen. My mindset is I want her to have a wardrobe for every season. And I want her to have something to wear for any type of event, for any type of occasion. That's my mindset, because she don't work, she home, she with the kids, it's monotonous. She don't get to go out and chase her dreams because she's supporting my dreams and she with the kids. So I want her to have everything she could dream of. But here's the problem with that. I went overboard and I was excessive. So because I was excessive, so my wife had the same stuff Kevin Hart's wife got. But Kevin Hart make 40, 50, 80 times the amount of money that I make. So my wife and his wife should not have the same things, because she got really, really nice stuff. You know, I don't really know for sure, but I'm just speculating. But I see them people who make that 50, 80 million a year, their wife got the same bracelets that I'm buying my wife. You know, them bracelets that cost $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 for a bracelet. Watch, diamond ring, you know, that cost $40,000. Like, I was doing that, and here's what it did. And this for the fellas now. Ladies, y'all try to let the men get this video without y'all tearing up the comments, okay? Let them take it in. And I'm being transparent here. If you're new to my page, it's just me. I tell all the business. I ain't bragging to you. I'm just being transparent with you. Now, this ain't nothing to brag about. So listen to me. I set myself up for failure. Because deep down, my heart knew that I was doing too much. Knew that I was going too fast. That I was moving too fast. That I couldn't afford a Chanel purse for her 25th birthday. And I was 27 or 28. Knowing that at 28, I didn't have the money to buy a $5,000 purse. But I did that. And so what that did is, it made me want the equivalent in treatment. Not money, but in service, in love, meaning the equivalent of that amount of money that I was spending in dinners cooked, in house clean, in bedroom action. But guess what? When a woman have 2 kids, the life ain't, and they active, they playing 3 sports each at a time, and their school is 40 minutes away, and she got to drive 40, come back 40, drive 40 to pick them up, come back 40, homework 2-3 hours, and sports, driving 40, come back 40, driving 40, come back 40. When you got all of that, it's not realistic to have a cooked meal every day. Some women do this, but they'll tell you, hey, I'm tired, I'm drained, I'm hurting. It's not realistic. So what happened is, it started to make me resent my wife. It started to make me talk to her the wrong way, treat her the wrong way. And that's my fault, because I did not listen to my common sense as a man. Had I loved her, I could have shown her a great time for her birthday without spending $50,000. I could have showed her a great time off $5,000. I could have did, and I would do the other stuff too. Had a house decorated, we spending time, we talking, you know, doing everything, but I also would spend money. So I spend time and I spend money. But what happened is, it made me have this grandiose expectation that is not realistic, because of the value that the world had me putting on money. We as men put so much value on money that we worship money, we chase money, we want money. So when we spend money, we think that, oh, this means this means so much. And then we expect that back. But guess what? My wife was 19 when I met her. She was raised by a single mother. She never saw her mom be the CEO of a home with a husband and with multiple kids. So she's learning on the fly. Her mom didn't teach her how to cook because her mom had to work 2-3 jobs. So here I am expecting my wife to know how to do all of this stuff and to just have this all down to a science and it be seamless and everything flow. But you got to be taught that. Like, you got to learn that. I was not taught as a man how to be handy around the house. So my wife played 3-4 sports. I played sports. So both of us was raised kind of spoiled. So when we come together in marriage, I don't know how to do nothing around the house. She don't know how to do nothing around the house. So she learning, I'm learning. So if we look at each other and then we want gender roles, she might look at me and say, can you fix this? Can you fix that? I'm like, no, that ain't my gift. I gotta hire a man who do that. And then I'm looking like, hey, can you cook this? Can you cook that? And she's like, no, that ain't my gift. And then I'm like, oh. So now that creates a problem. It creates a problem. It creates tension. It creates resentment. And so this is what we have to work through. And see, that's what I want you to understand. When I'm sharing this stuff with you, I'm sharing real life with you. I ain't preaching to you. I don't, if you can look on any one of my bios that I wrote, you'll never see me call myself a relationship expert or a relationship guru. I'm a flawed man. I'm a flawed man that learns every single day, that grows every single day. And my philosophy is as we learn, we should teach. That's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to pander to women. I'm not trying to pander to men. I'm trying to tell the truth straight down the middle, the way it is, and I use my story for an example. And guess what? I'm a sacrificial lamb. People will take my message that I told them that they would have not otherwise known, and they'll use my message against me. Okay, you got that. I needed to share that to teach the lesson. And guess what? My wife has to live with a man who is transparent, who is an open book. You think my wife want people to know that she don't know how to cook every single thing and that she had to learn on the fly how to do this stuff? But she understands that I'm a man of purpose and that everything I go through, I'm going to share it to help the world because that's it. That is my purpose and that's what I believe. So listen, this video for the men to say to you, know who you are as a man and do not feel that you got to get your clout and your cred off of a woman by putting a woman down, by controlling a woman, by beating a woman, by taking advantage of a woman, manipulating a woman, deceiving a woman. Treat her like a queen. Treat her the way you would want a man to treat your mama. Treat her the way you would want a man to treat your sister. And it's going to take you a long time to get there because it's not in our nature and we're not taught that as boys or teenagers or young men. We're not taught that. It's hard. I can attest to it. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I make my wife mad at me all the time, but I'm still trying to get it right. And guess what? I'm going to get it right. And I don't know how she going to receive it. I don't know if she going to hurt, if she going to break my heart. I don't know. But I know that I done broke a lot of hearts. I done did a lot of wrong. So whatever God got for me, God got for me. But one thing I want to be able to do, when I close my eyes to go meet the Lord, I want to be able to say, Lord, I gave my all. And I love her the way Christ loved the church. I grew to the place and to the point that I could love her selflessly and not selfishly. That I could lay my life down, that I could crucify my flesh, crucify my ego, and I could love her the way Christ loved the church. Because that is a sacrificial, never-ending love. And that's not the way that we are loving women. That's not the way that I have been loving my wife. And I have to be better. I gotta grow. And as I'm taking this step, and every time I get better, I'm not gonna be patting myself on the back and say, oh, well, I'm better than 1 million other men or 10 million other men. No. Am I better than the man I was yesterday? Am I better than the man I looked at in the mirror yesterday? And if the answer is no, work still got to be done. Hey, this is Tony Gasson. God bless you. We'll talk soon.